Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Unreal English. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sarah. We're thrilled to have you here with us today.
On this channel, we bring you real, natural English conversations so you can learn how native speakers actually talk. If you're new here, welcome to the Unreal English family.
And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. It means everything to us.
Before we dive into today's topic, please take a second to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss any of our new videos.
And if you enjoy what we do here, give us a thumbs up. It's a simple click, but it helps us reach more English learners around the world.
Absolutely. Today, we're going to talk about something that affects all of us, whether we realize it or not. We're discussing trends.
Trends are everywhere. Fashion trends, technology trends, food trends, social media trends. Understanding how to talk about what's popular and what's becoming outdated is such a useful skill in English.
Exactly. And trends tell us so much about culture and society. So today, Sarah and I are going to have a natural conversation about various trends we've noticed lately.
This will be great practice for you because we'll be using tons of useful vocabulary and expressions that you can use in your own conversations.
So, Sarah, I've been noticing something interesting lately. Everywhere I go, I see people carrying these huge water bottles, like absolutely massive ones.
Oh my goodness, yes. Those giant water bottles are everywhere right now. Some of them are like half a gallon or even a full gallon.
I saw someone at the gym yesterday with a water bottle that was almost as big as a small child. I'm not exaggerating.
That's hilarious. But honestly, I think it's actually a good trend. People are drinking more water and staying hydrated. That's definitely better than drinking sugary sodas all day.
That's a fair point. I guess when you look at it that way, it's a positive trend. But I have to admit, carrying around something that heavy all day seems exhausting.
True. I tried using one of those giant bottles for about a week, but I gave up. It wouldn't fit in my bag, and it was too heavy to carry around everywhere.
See, that's exactly what I thought would happen. Some trends look good on social media, but they're not practical in real life.
Speaking of social media, have you noticed that everyone seems to be documenting absolutely everything these days? People film themselves eating breakfast, getting ready for work, even just sitting at home doing nothing.
Yes, those are called vlogs, right? Video blogs. Some people post every single detail of their daily routine online.
Exactly. I find it fascinating, but also a bit concerning. When I was growing up, we had privacy. Now, people voluntarily share everything with millions of strangers.
I know what you mean. My younger cousin is constantly making videos for TikTok and Instagram. She films herself doing the most random things, and somehow people watch it.
TikTok has really changed everything, hasn't it? The whole platform is built around following trends. There are dance trends, cooking trends, comedy trends, challenge trends.
Oh, don't even get me started on challenge trends. Some of them are fun and harmless, but others are genuinely dangerous. Remember that trend where people were eating laundry detergent pods?
That was absolutely insane. I couldn't believe people were actually doing that. It's scary how quickly dangerous trends can spread online, especially among young people.
Right. Social media makes trends spread faster than ever before. Something can become popular worldwide in just a few days.
That's so different from when we were kids. Back then, trends would take months or even years to spread from one place to another. Now it happens instantly.
Technology has definitely accelerated everything. Speaking of which, have you noticed how quickly technology trends change these days?
Absolutely. It feels like every few months there's a new gadget or app that everyone suddenly needs to have. Remember when everyone was obsessed with fidget spinners?
Oh, wow, I completely forgot about fidget spinners. They were everywhere for like 6 months and then they just disappeared completely.
Exactly. That's the thing about trends. They come and go so quickly. What's popular today might be completely forgotten tomorrow.
That's very true. I think the latest technology trend is artificial intelligence. Everyone is talking about AI tools like ChatGPT and how they're changing everything.
Yes, AI is definitely having a major moment right now. I've been experimenting with some AI tools myself, and they're honestly quite impressive.
Really? What have you been using them for?
Mostly for work stuff, I use AI to help me brainstorm ideas, organize my thoughts, and sometimes to help with research. It saves me a lot of time.
That's interesting. Do you think AI is just a passing trend, or is it here to stay?
I definitely think AI is here to stay. This isn't like fidget spinners. This is a fundamental shift in how we work and live. But the specific AI tools we're using right now might become outdated as newer, better ones are developed.
That makes sense. It reminds me of how smartphones completely changed everything. They weren't just a trend, they permanently changed society.
Exactly. Some trends are superficial and temporary, while others represent real, lasting changes. The challenge is figuring out which is which.
Well said. Let's talk about fashion trends for a minute. I feel like fashion is constantly changing, but somehow also repeating itself.
Oh, absolutely. Fashion is cyclical. Styles from the past always come back. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of fashion from the 1990s and early 2000s making a comeback.
Really? Like what?
Low-rise jeans are trying to make a comeback, although many people are resisting that particular trend. Also, chunky sneakers, cargo pants, and those tiny sunglasses that don't actually protect your eyes from the sun.
Tiny sunglasses? Why would anyone want sunglasses that don't cover your eyes properly?
That's the thing about fashion trends. They're not always practical or logical. Sometimes something becomes trendy just because it looks different, or because an influential person started wearing it.
I've noticed that celebrities and influencers have massive power when it comes to setting trends. If a famous person wears something or uses something, millions of people suddenly want it too.
Definitely. That's called the influencer effect. Brands pay millions of dollars to celebrities and influencers because they know one post can make a product go viral.
It's pretty incredible when you think about it. One photo on Instagram can create a trend that affects the entire world.
Speaking of Instagram, have you noticed how the aesthetic trends on social media keep changing? A few years ago, everything was bright and colorful. Then it shifted to minimalist and neutral tones. Now I'm seeing more bold colors coming back.
Yes, I've noticed that too. There was that period where everyone's Instagram looked the same. All white backgrounds, beige tones, minimal furniture.
The minimalist trend was huge. Marie Kondo became famous for teaching people to get rid of their stuff and keep only things that spark joy.
Oh, I remember that. Everyone was decluttering and organizing their homes. I actually did watch her show and tried to organize my closet using her method.
Did it work?
For about 3 weeks, then everything went back to being messy again. Turns out staying organized requires constant effort, not just a one-time cleaning session.
That's hilarious, but also very relatable. I think many people had the same experience. We all got inspired by the trend, tried it briefly, then went back to our normal habits.
That's the problem with lifestyle trends. They often require significant changes to your daily routine, and most people can't maintain that long term.
Exactly, like the fitness trends that pop up every January. Suddenly, everyone joins a gym, starts a new diet, and posts about their fitness journey. But by February, most people have given up.
Guilty as charged. I've definitely been one of those people. I got really into that whole meal prep trend where you prepare all your meals for the week on Sunday.
How did that go for you?
Terrible. I spent my entire Sunday cooking, and by Wednesday, I was already sick of eating the same thing. Plus, some of the food didn't stay fresh for a whole week.
Yeah, I could see that being a problem. Some trends sound amazing in theory, but don't work well in practice.
What about food trends in general? There have been so many over the past few years.
Oh my goodness, where do I even start? Avocado toast, acai bowls, matcha everything, oat milk, cauliflower as a substitute for everything?
Don't forget about the obsession with kale and quinoa a few years back. Suddenly, everyone was eating these foods that most people had never even heard of before.
And now it's all about protein. Everyone is trying to eat high-protein meals and drinking protein shakes. Every food product now advertises how much protein it contains.
I've noticed that. Even things that never had protein before are now being marketed as protein-enriched. Protein cereal, protein pasta, protein ice cream.
It's interesting how nutrition trends shift. In the 1990s, everyone was afraid of fat. Everything was low-fat or fat-free. Then we learned that healthy fats are actually good for you.
And now people are doing keto diets where they eat tons of fat and almost no carbohydrates. It's the complete opposite of what was popular 30 years ago.
Exactly. This shows how trends can completely reverse over time. What's considered healthy or desirable changes as we learn more and as cultural attitudes shift.
That's a really good point. Trends reflect what society values at any given moment. They're not just random, they tell us something about what people care about.
Absolutely. Like right now, there's a huge trend towards sustainability and environmentalism. People are trying to reduce plastic use, buy secondhand clothes, and make eco-friendly choices.
Yes, I've definitely noticed that. Reusable shopping bags, metal straws, zero-waste lifestyles. Everyone is much more conscious about environmental impact than they were 10 years ago.
And that's obviously a positive trend. Unlike fidget spinners or fads, caring about the environment has real, lasting benefits.
True. Although sometimes I wonder if some of the sustainability trends are just performative, like people buy expensive reusable products to look environmentally conscious, but the actual impact is minimal.
That's called greenwashing when companies do it, and virtue signaling when individuals do it. It's when people want to appear to care about an issue without making meaningful changes.
Right. It's important to distinguish between genuine movements and superficial trends that just make people feel good.
Definitely. That's why critical thinking is so important when we're confronted with new trends. We should ask ourselves, is this actually beneficial? Is this practical? Or am I just following it because everyone else is?
Those are excellent questions. I think a lot of people, myself included, sometimes jump on trends without really thinking about whether they make sense for our individual lives.
It's human nature. We're social creatures, and we want to fit in and be part of what's happening. Following trends makes us feel connected to others.
That's very true. Let's talk about some workplace trends for a moment. I feel like the way people work has changed dramatically in recent years.
Oh, absolutely. The biggest trend is obviously remote work. The pandemic forced many companies to allow employees to work from home, and now many people never want to go back to the office.
I have several friends who quit their jobs specifically because their company wanted them to return to the office full-time. They found new jobs that let them work remotely permanently.
That's becoming increasingly common. There's this trend called the Great Resignation, where people are leaving jobs that don't offer the flexibility they want.
And now companies are having to adapt. They're offering hybrid schedules, better benefits, and more flexibility just to attract and keep good employees.
It's fascinating how one major event can completely shift workplace trends. Before 2020, remote work was rare, and many companies didn't think it was possible. Now, it's standard in many industries.
Another workplace trend I've noticed is the emphasis on work-life balance. People are prioritizing their personal lives more and refusing to work excessive hours.
Yes, there's this whole movement against hustle culture. For a while, it was trendy to brag about working 80-hour weeks and sacrificing everything for your career. Now people are realizing that's not sustainable or healthy.
Thank goodness. That needed to change. The idea that you should be working constantly and feeling guilty about rest is toxic.
Agreed. The new trend is setting boundaries, taking vacation time, and actually disconnecting from work during off hours. Some countries are even making it illegal for employers to contact employees outside of work hours.
Really? That's amazing. Which countries?
France has a right to disconnect law, and several other European countries are considering similar legislation. It protects workers from being expected to answer emails and calls during their personal time.
We need that everywhere. The expectation to be constantly available is exhausting.
Definitely. It's interesting how trends often emerge as a reaction to previous trends. The work-life balance movement is a response to years of hustle culture and burnout.
That's a pattern we see over and over. Trends tend to swing like a pendulum. They go too far in one direction, then people react and swing back in the opposite direction.
Exactly. Like with social media use. For years, people were constantly connected and posting everything online. Now, there's a counter trend of people doing digital detoxes and limiting their screen time.
I've been trying to do that myself, actually. I deleted social media apps from my phone, and I only check them on my computer once or twice a day.
How has that been going for you?
Honestly, it's been great. I feel less anxious, I'm sleeping better, and I'm not constantly comparing myself to other people's highlight reels online.
That's wonderful. I might need to try that. I definitely spend too much time scrolling through Instagram and TikTok.
You should. It's hard at first because you're so used to checking your phone constantly, but after a few days, you don't even miss it.
I believe it. There's definitely a growing trend of people recognizing that constant connectivity isn't healthy and trying to find balance.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about one more trend that I find really interesting: nostalgia trends.
Oh, yes, this is huge right now. People are obsessed with the past. Reboots of old TV shows, remakes of movies, vinyl records making a comeback, vintage fashion.
Why do you think people are so drawn to nostalgia right now?
I think it's partly because the world feels uncertain and chaotic. Looking back to the past feels safe and comforting. Things were simpler before smartphones and social media and constant information overload.
That makes sense. There's something reassuring about revisiting things from your childhood or from a time that felt less complicated.
Exactly. Plus, for younger people who didn't actually experience the 1980s or 1990s, those eras seem cool and interesting in a way that the present doesn't.
That's true. Every generation tends to romanticize periods they didn't live through. My parents' generation was obsessed with the 1950s and 60s. Now my generation is nostalgic for the 1990s.
And in 20 years, today's teenagers will probably be nostalgic for the 2020s, even though right now it might not seem like there's anything special about this time.
Wow, that's mind-blowing when you think about it. The trends we're living through right now will eventually become nostalgic throwbacks for future generations.
Absolutely. That's the cycle of trends. Today's cutting edge becomes tomorrow's nostalgia.
Well, Sarah, we've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about social media trends, technology trends, fashion trends, food trends, workplace trends, and nostalgia trends.
We really did. I think our viewers got to hear tons of useful vocabulary and expressions for talking about trends in English.
Speaking of vocabulary, we should definitely do our vocabulary review to help everyone remember the key words we used today.
Great idea. Let's go through 10 important words that will help you talk about trends confidently in English.
All right, everyone, let's start with our first word, trend. Sarah, can you explain what a trend is?
Of course. A trend is a general direction in which something is developing or changing. It's a pattern of change or a popular style at a particular time. For example, sustainable fashion is a growing trend. Or there's a trend toward remote work. Trends can be short-term fads or long-term shifts in society.
Perfect explanation. Our second word is viral. This is a very common word when talking about internet trends.
Yes, viral describes something that spreads rapidly and widely through social media and the internet, similar to how a virus spreads. When a video, photo, or post gets shared millions of times very quickly, we say it went viral. For example, that funny cat video went viral overnight, or her dance video became viral on TikTok.
Great example. Our third word is influencer. This is someone we hear about constantly in modern culture.
An influencer is a person who has the power to affect the purchasing decisions or behaviors of others because of their authority, knowledge, position, or relationship with their audience. Influencers usually have large followings on social media platforms. For example, she's a beauty influencer with 2 million Instagram followers. Or Fashion influencers often set new trends.
Excellent. Now let's talk about the word outdated.
Outdated means no longer useful, current, or fashionable because something newer or better exists. It describes things that were once popular or relevant, but are now old-fashioned or obsolete. For example, that technology is completely outdated now, or his ideas about work are outdated. The opposite would be current, modern, or up-to-date.
Very clear. Our fifth word is mainstream.
Mainstream refers to ideas, attitudes, or activities that are shared by most people and are considered normal or conventional. When something becomes mainstream, it moves from being unusual or niche to being widely accepted and popular. For example, electric cars are becoming mainstream, or that music genre was underground before it went mainstream.
Perfect. Let's explain aesthetic.
Aesthetic relates to beauty or the appreciation of beauty. In modern usage, especially on social media, it refers to a particular style or visual theme. Your aesthetic is your personal style or the look you're trying to create. For example, her Instagram has a very minimalist aesthetic, or I love the aesthetic of vintage coffee shops. People also use it as a noun. That outfit is such an aesthetic.
Great explanation. Our seventh word is sustainable.
Sustainable means capable of being maintained over the long term without depleting resources or causing environmental damage. When we talk about sustainable practices, we mean methods that don't harm the environment and can continue indefinitely. For example, they use sustainable farming methods. Or, I try to buy sustainable clothing made from recycled materials. It's closely related to being eco-friendly or environmentally conscious.
Excellent. Now let's discuss declutter.
Declutter means to remove unnecessary items from an untidy or overcrowded place. It's the process of organizing and getting rid of things you don't need to create a cleaner, more organized space. For example, I spent the weekend decluttering my closet, or she decluttered her entire house before moving. The opposite would be to accumulate or collect more things.
Very helpful. Our ninth word is cyclical.
Cyclical describes something that occurs in cycles or repeats in a pattern. When we say fashion is cyclical, we mean styles come back around every few decades. It's like a circle where things repeat over time. For example, fashion trends are cyclical. What was popular 30 years ago often comes back. Or, the economy moves in cyclical patterns of growth and recession.
Perfect. And our final word is nostalgia.
Nostalgia is a sentimental longing for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal associations. It's that warm, sometimes sad feeling you get when you remember the past. For example, looking at old photos filled me with nostalgia. Or, there's a lot of nostalgia for the 1990s right now. The adjective form is nostalgic. I feel nostalgic when I hear that song.
Wonderful. Let's quickly review all 10 words. Trend, viral, influencer, outdated, mainstream, aesthetic, sustainable, declutter, cyclical, and nostalgia.
These words are super useful for discussing trends in English. Remember, you don't need to memorize all of them immediately. Just focus on one or two, and with practice, they'll become natural.
Exactly. The more you hear and use these words in context, the more comfortable you'll become with them.
So, everyone, we've covered so many different trends today, from giant water bottles to AI technology, from fashion cycles to workplace changes.
And I hope this conversation showed you that trends are all around us, constantly shaping how we live, work, and interact with each other.
The most important thing is to be aware of trends without letting them control you. It's okay to follow some trends and ignore others based on what makes sense for your life.
Absolutely. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. We want to hear from you.
Here's our question for today. What's a current trend that you love? Or what's a trend that you think is silly or overrated? Tell us in the comments.
You can write something like, I love the trend of sustainable fashion, or I think those giant water bottles are ridiculous. Don't worry about perfect grammar. Just practice expressing your opinion in English.
We read every single comment, and we love learning what you think. Your comments also help us create better content for you because we learn what topics interest you most.
And if you have ideas for our next video, please share them. What topics would you like us to discuss next?
Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful. Seriously, it makes a huge difference and helps other English learners find our channel.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to Unreal English and turn on notifications. We post new videos every week and you won't want to miss them.
Share this video with anyone you know who's learning English. Learning with friends makes the journey more fun and keeps you motivated.
Before we say goodbye, I want to remind everyone that learning English is a journey, not a race. Some days you'll feel confident, other days you'll struggle, and that's completely normal.
The fact that you're here, watching this video, practicing your listening skills, and engaging with English content, that's already amazing progress.
Keep watching, keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are how we learn and improve.
We'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep being awesome.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye! And remember, trends come and go, but learning English is an investment in yourself that will last forever.